Am I live? I guess I am. Now let's see if I can figure this out. Interesting. Okay, how do I get the chat? Oh, there's the chat. Obviously, I'm at home, and guess who isn't here? He's already called me, wants to help me. Coffee. Reason I don't have any makeup on today is because I went to my doctor. And what did I do then? Oh, then I got lunch, which I only ate half of it. Um, and then I came home and tried to set this up because I have old Tifa set up to work. And hi, Lupita. And they told me about the Native American thing. Not amused about that. Oh, the sun is still here. Oh, bummer. I thought I had the curtains closed enough. I don't, so I get closer. Um, and the one who does know about politics, because he worked at the Clinton office, so we always call him the one who knows of politics, seems about as baffled and out there as the me and the BFF were. So that doesn't help either. Because I finally got depressed. I got real depressed Saturday night because the first time in my life I had to figure out what my lineage is so I don't get or am I going to be deported? Uh, talked to the doctor this morning about it, and at first she was like, "Oh, you have nothing to worry about," and then she went, "Ooh, you're an anchor baby." But I'm not the right kind of anchor baby. How about that one? Um, I'm trying to find me here because I've got the TV on. Oh, there I am. I'm under history. Oh, and I'm loud. Okay, no, I'm not. So, because the thing is, on my mother's side, they go back a while. Um, my grandmother married the bad boy, but they were both born here. My grandmother's dad had a ranch. They're all like from here. But on my father's side, bio dad, he was born on a reservation and doesn't have a birth certificate. Um, and I think my grandfather was from Spain because he had blonde hair and green eyes. I met him once. I'm the only one who met him. That's the bio grandfather because my father was adopted because his mother died in childbirth on the reservation. And they probably didn't like half breed. So I went to a cousin, I think, or my bio dad went to a cousin. So that's why I grew up with a Mexican family because they were Mexican. And my last name, my maiden name, is spelled like Mexican and not Spanish. So I had to go through all this in my head. And then I got pretty depressed because I shouldn't ever have to do that. Um, I've never had to do that. Um, one time I've ever had to worry about my citizenship was when my roommate took me over the border because she thought it was funny. My roommate was platinum blonde and blue-eyed. And I'm coming back, and at the time I didn't even have my ID with me or something. I was like 21, 20, something like that. And when we were coming back, I was like, oh my God, they're not going to let me back in. I was brown. They're not going to let me back in. I'm going to have to figure out how to get back in. We drove up to the border. Guy sticks his head in and he goes, are you guys American citizens? And I was like, total valley. Yeah. And he let us, he's like, forget it. So, yes, Cricket, here we are. Mm-hmm. Papa Cat said that I had like blank screens. It was supposed to be a rehearsal because I have old Tifa on Prism also. So It wasn't supposed to be like legit, so I don't know, maybe Prism did it as a rehearsal, but YouTube posted it as a blank screen. So, yeah, it wasn't on purpose. And the only reason I know that is because Papa Cat said, "Do you want me to delete these?" And I'm like, "What?" Okay. Um, Hi D, did I say it hi? Nope, hi D. Um, so yeah, in this environment, I had to worry about my citizenship first time in my life, which is sort of weird when your parents, well, my stepdad is white, my mom passed. So I used to always joke that I was the adopted daughter of Jim and Tammy Faye because I was brown and did not look like either one of them. Um, so I made it all the way to now, 57 years later, before I ever had to worry about my citizenship. Ugh, wrinkles, I'm gonna get wrinkles. So yeah, I got distracted. No makeup. Oh my God, my brow eyebrows are hilarious in the big screen because I got the big television in front of me. It's like, ah. Anyway, so I saw, and if you look over there, you can see Cheryl Statons and my dumpster fire. Isn't my dumpster fire the cutest thing on the planet? And Cricket in the back up there. It's Cricket. Um, so and Natalie and KA and ooh, um, Fuzz is actually any moose I find. So today this can be Fuzz. So yes, he's got a hoodie on. What he's a Harry and David moose, I think. So let me see. Catching up to yes, I had to have a, a definition of Mod Wars because I'd never heard of them or I've never paid attention to them before. So it was like for the first time I've had to pay attention, and so I'm like, what are they? Um, so yeah, that was my lesson for today, and yes, I'm playing with my extensions. Um, or I'm just scratching my brain. I don't know. Hi, Kay. That's okay. I was gonna ask you, is he just an alien? Of course, now I've got Illegal Alien by the Police going through my head. So that's my other rock. That's the one I'm thinking. Um, who radiate? Hello, radiate. Um, yeah, so this channel, since I don't like the drama, this is gonna be like the happy channel because I can't get upset. My doctor doesn't even want me watching any of the things that upset me half the time now. Um, so yeah, and the let's see what else. The Wegovy is working, and when it's done, me being diabetic, not the weight, which I'm sure it's the weight, she just doesn't want to say anything. Um, then I get taken off of it. But she said there are weight maintaining drugs that I can take after. Because she was about to tease me about the eating habits, and I'm like, well, if I could eat more than more than half of my dinner, I might like it. Um, let's see. Hi, Christy. Uh, I'm missing. Oh, Radiate. Yeah. Feral Cheryl made me those. I won them um in a fundraiser. Hi, Irish. He's just a little guy. Okay. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Can you follow Mod Wars? Usually it gets super convoluted. That's what I figured because if it would have been a lot more like clear, I probably would have understood it before. But it's like all I seem to have caught during, I guess the last big one was that this person said that and this person said this and I'm gone. So I never had to get into it. Um, Ooh, why do I have to prove my heritage? Because ICE is rounding up brown people. I have a brown person's last name, so I'm paranoid. Even though the county I'm in, Alameda County, the sheriff's department said they're not going to help them enforce it. So, because usually when they're enforcing something, they have a ton of people around with them, you know, usually borrowed from um, the local law enforcement, our tax dollars at work. But Alameda County said, nope, you're on your own. So, and it's also California. But I still had to think about it. That was the weird part. So I've never had to think about it before. So let's see. I'm just scrolling down because I'm behind. La la la. Super convoluted and rather evil. Yeah, that's what I figured too. So it's probably because that's probably why I didn't know anything about a mod war because it's like, no, I have better things to do than watch evil. Let's see. Hi to everybody. Hello. Hello. The brain, Fifth Element thing. That's what I think of when I see the waves is Fifth Element. That's funny, Fuzz. John Atack told Natalie today that 7 out of the first 10 clears were gay. Yes, when I explain the YMCA thing, people understand because they're like, you know, village people shouldn't have done it, but it's not the original village people either. Now it's found out that it's a bunch of basically old guys. The BFF. I went to dinner with her and the other one, and so it's like I actually had to stop her because it was like I was getting overwhelmed. That's bad. Um, she's really into it this time, and so she's sending me a lot of messages and stuff. But I've had to like put the hand up a couple of times, and I don't do that. That's how crazy it's gotten. Yeah, no, totally. Carrie Ann said, "My dearest friend is brown. My children are three-fourths LGBTQ plus." I'm trying to remember all the letters. At least we live in Portland. Yeah, I know. Isn't that great that you live somewhere where, they're not gonna do awful things to you? Oh, I guess I sort of do too. Never thought about that. I'm actually, the deportation things for brown people, obviously, right now. Um, and that's why I was even like thinking about my last name. Because oh, I forgot to check my DNA chart. I was gonna check my ancestry because I'm pretty much a third, and a third minus like 5%. So it's like I'm trying to figure out which one's the biggest right now. And I figured the European Spanish, he didn't care about that. He wants brown people. So, and we're fighting the College of Columbia, College Columbia, or Columbia College now, because he can't even spell it right. Let's see. By the way, Soda came to visit right about the time your first stream started and has been waiting patiently for you. He's laying across the table now. I so want to use him as the banner for old Tifa. She sent me a picture of him, and he's like nothing but tummy fur. It's like so cool. Ah, queer clears for the win. Yes. Yeah. Also, Adam, yeah. If I need a flow chart to follow accusations, I'm out. Exactly. uh, comment, are you okay? How are you after protesting? You mean like protesting? I'm here on Mondays because nothing's open on Mondays. So I use the cafe across the street and the barber shop as people who watch me because they see me every day. So it's like, since everything's closed there on Mondays, I stay home now. Um, Sorry, I didn't get it. Oh, there he is. Oh my God. See, and I haven't learned how to do this yet. So let's see. I can put me there. Oh, nope, won't do it. Okay, because I'm floating. There's the monster. I'm taking him home one day. Then come and see you. Mm. He needs to be the banner on Old Tifa. Oh, let's see. I'm reading down. Oh yeah. How am I after protesting? Um, do you mean like every day or something like that? I mean, to me, it's just another day in paradise because I've been protesting since I was 12, 11. So, and I grew up with them around here because it's the Bay Area. I grew up in Oakland. So, the Panthers, the college kids, the reason I protested at actually, yeah, 11 was a teacher strike and we all went downtown. That's when kids could like run amok. So our teachers went to protest, and then we all got on like the AC Transit bus, that's the local bus, and then went to Lake Merritt and protested with them. KGO wanted to interview me, and I said, my mother said I'm not allowed to be on TV. So yeah, we can, it's always been protesting here. So to me, protesting is walking to the club or something. Um, Let me see, where am I? Oh wow, I'm like really la 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 la. 7 out of 10. Room raid from whom? Hi, Bob. Kirsty said, "Village people then, variable humans now." Yeah, because the village people broke up because the cop said that he liked meows and left. He got tired of being called gay. Who's rating? I love my queer clears. Don't we all? It should be, I love me some queer Claires. Oh, it's clear queer here. You're welcome. Have a nice day. Ah, I have ancestry. That's how my sister found me. So, um, and I just wonder if I'm going to re-up it for another thing. But it's like I sort of known what the back is, and sorry, I'm otherwise I dislocate it. So it's not necessarily something I would want to know. I know far enough. Um, and it's like I like it this way. It's like my luck, I'll find out that, my grandfather's wife was illegitimate or something. And it's like, I've already had my big ancestry FU, which was my sister. Luckily enough, I love my sister, and it's really nice having one. I just wish it wouldn't been this freaking long. So, la, la, la. So much Bob today. Uh, just after your experience sending you love. Oh, my experience. As you can tell, I'm slightly different. I have fun. I have fun at the org, and San Francisco is a very protected um, protest area. Um, Actually, if you look it up, even like in Wikipedia, it says that San Francisco's been protected since 1958. I keep forgetting to look up what was 1958. But the civil rights things, Oakland. Uh, that's how you found out in the 60s that every Oakland cop was an ex-Marine. They had to like decimate their cops and bring new cops in. So it's just like literally another day in paradise. I come home, I ask Papa Cat how I did, and I actually am more excited when he says I did great. So, I've been swatted 3.5 times because one of them was he pulled in right next to, oh, right in the bus stop that's right there, and you could tell he was just about to park, and then he got a call and he took off. So haven't been for a while. The last one was the one I think that was a BOM. And that was when they changed the doors, so that was a couple of months ago. So after that, you never know. They may not just be taking the calls, or they're asking, "What am I doing?" So I think that's how they got them there last time, was the BOM uh complaint, because they stood there and watched me. Three different cars on a weekday. That's crazy. So three cars, shades, three cars, and they sat there for like a half an hour talking afterwards, like if they were going to trust their instincts or not. And I'm just sort of like, I didn't know at the time, or didn't even have a clue, because I asked the policeman when he came back outside, because he went in and talked to him, and I said, "So what do they want me with?" Because he said, "You're fine." And I said, "What do you want? What did they say?" And he goes, "Oh, no, it's fine. It's okay." And I asked him a couple more times, and he kept saying, "No, it's fine. Okay." And I'm like, "You're not going to tell me. And since they're not reporting it, I'm not going to know. It's fine. Okay." I was like, oh my God. So just the three of them watching me on the sidewalk talking for a half an hour, I'm thinking, this looks a little bit longer than like a break. And that's when I figured they must have called it a BOM, because they were looking at me too, like up and down. And I'm like, I just had a little bitty purse on, so can't hide anything in there. Um, Let me see. I'm going down again. Carrie Ann said, "Hey, have Cricket do your genealogy and find American Revolutionary ancestors. We can take over the DAR together." Oh my God, that would be so funny. Random, I know, but it's where my brain went. It would be a hoot. Okay, Cricket, we'll get together and we'll find out that everybody I know isn't anything I know, but my father was born on a reservation. Everything that I thought will be completely gone, and the one thing that'll stand is the one thing I can't prove. Oh, that would be funny. Blame Adam's cosmic loop for your repeat? Well, aren't the planets aligned for a couple of days or something like that? Can't stay, gotta try sleep halfway through my 57th. Oh my God, Christy, you're working. That's awesome. But yes, go to sleep. Go sleep. Because I said so. Don't make me. Um, I keep waiting on him to kick himself out. Oh, oh yeah. And in case anybody's wondering, if they subscribe, the mods will kick you out immediately if you say something mean. So the mods run my life. Have no problem with it. They're never leaving me, so don't even try a mod war with me, because it ain't gonna work. So, I mean, on the national scene, they're stirring up chaos they can't control. Who is? Oh my God, this is getting just as funny as my regular one. I had problems with Roosevelt, but he did begin to his speech to the DAR with "my fellow immigrants." Well, yeah, that was actually one of my things I was thinking about too, is that if Trump decimates, I'm sorry, Orange Balloon decimates the country, we're going to wind up with more socialism, because that's how FDR got in. So they need to 25 his butt, or ours are never getting voted in ever again. The BFF was like, maybe they want to do that. Maybe they don't want to be in government anymore. That was the one time I was just like, oh, hun, you're dreaming. Let's go back to our conspiracies. Oh, you have one known indigenous ancestor way back. I've got, I want to say, what is it? It's like 28% straight up Pueblo, and then the rest of it is a bunch of indigenous from everywhere else. That's easily like five, or that's why I said third. So it's like, I even got indigenous from Mexico, which isn't the same as Mexican. That's like a tiny thing, but it's like, guess Mexican would be indigenous in Spanish, which I am. So I'm still not Mexican even though I want to be. I'm full accelerationist. I swear to God, big giant head, you're making these words up. Cricket, 1%. Think of it that way. I'm black too because I have Northern Africa. So is there another choice? So yeah, no, this morning I was thinking, you know what? This needs to stay the happy channel because my doctor is threatening me with like trying making a graph of what I can't watch and can watch because she knows I've had her for 7, 8 years now. So um she's keeping an eye on all the anti-depression drugs I am, and she accepts the kratom. That she just doesn't want to have to do more. But I did forget to ask her since I can't take the Xanax anymore because it helps with the brain fog. What can I take, or what could she prescribe also? So I'll send her a note probably next week because uh, I had something that I usually take a Xanax for, or half, or a quarter. Yeah, that's how much I take. uh, a panic. It was a panic attack. Maybe it was my anxiety attack. Actually, I think I've actually took a whole Xanax for that one. Um, and now I, technically can't take them anymore because I would rather have the anxiety attack than brain fog. So I was told my whole life that I was 132 Cherokee, and then my little brother did 23andMe, and we found out we are 0%. I felt like Elizabeth Warren. That is the running joke in Oakland, at least when I was growing up, that every white person on the planet is Cherokee. I think it was Cher that caused it or something. So I just knew that I had a big number in it because of my father's mom. So, and I don't remember when I found that out. Um, I put two and two together for my grandfather because my brothers had never seen him, and I did. Um, and that would explain actually my father. He was totally, totally spoiled by his bio dad and his adopted dad. Sometimes I think they probably went into competition. Uh, my adopted grandfather gave my father his house. So yeah, I think they were both like fighting all the time. That's why my father couldn't appreciate, a social security number. Not my style at all, but I'm with you. Uh-huh. I am watching a bunch of movies from the 60s that I never saw. I love the genre. Oh, yeah, Radiate. The 60s are actually fun, especially considering I think Judgment at Nuremberg, I think is early 60s, but it's a 60s, so it's like you go from black and white to the color, and then you go from color to psychedelic. Welcome to the 60s. Yeah, I'm watching Howard Zinn again. BBC, 4 episodes. That's how Papa Cat knows I'm really not okay with myself is when I go back. Those are the staples. So I didn't do any Scientology or politics yesterday until dinner because I needed questions answered. So and that the BFF could like talk about conspiracy theories that aren't conspiracy theories because they're real. Ugh. We need an emoji for that went over went over your head. The Cherokee? Don't watch, say, Elsewhere or Battle of the Network Stars. I miss Battle of the Network Stars. That was so cool when you were a kid. Because, they started it in the 70s, and it was so neat to see, like, Three's Company versus Happy Days, or, stuff like that. So that was fun. I'm half Portuguese, but I don't know how that is viewed in terms of bias elsewhere. Um, Portuguese was a bias here, sort of up there with Italian. Um, so, because I guess we had a lot of Portuguese here. That's why I thought it was hilarious that, oh, that's what the white is about. This is Portuguese in northern Spain. Figured my grandfather's from northern Spain with the blonde hair and the green eyes. So that's why I blanched out, which makes me wonder if I actually can get a tan or if I'll do like the middle brother does, which is go from tan to sunburn. That's it. There's no in between. My hands tan, you can almost see it. See, because of the lighting, you can see that. That's from uh by the time I get to protesting, the sunblock wears off. So this was a lot darker in the summer, and it was almost reaching the same color I used to be. And I was wondering, I wonder if I could do that anywhere else because also on the with Wegovy, actually, I take that back. Since I'm freezing my butt off, I'll probably still wear sweaters during the summer because, heavy girls wear something over their tops because they want to hide as much as possible. So I have all my hoodies and, everything else, sweaters and stuff I can wear over me. But since I've already dropped officially today 13 pounds, um, like I said, I think my doctor is not making a big deal about it because she knows how weird I am about it, or used to be. Um, because she was like, "Oh, you lost weight." And I'm thinking, it's the black, isn't it? Well, that and these, I don't think these are ever going to go down, which is cool. So I was watching a buccal fat removing trend, and it's like, you know what? I'm not stupid. I did want this gone for a while, but it kept me from aging. I think, it's like the fat, fat, face fat kept me from looking my age. So the only reason you can tell my age now is because of this. And I haven't been um, regular with my fascia stuff, so this shows up. It's gotten a little bit better because I'm trying to remember, but that's what I was watching yesterday. Let's see, cosmetic surgery, reactions from Charlotte Dobre, I think she's called. Um, Makel, another reaction video. And then, went to Howard's End and like completely avoided everything till 5 o'clock last night. So let's see. Papa Cat. My dad told me I'm half Scotch and half water. It's because his mother's from Scotland and his father was a New York Jew who didn't practice anymore. So, and I mean, didn't practice anymore. So I'm the one who's been teaching him about Judaism because my ex-husband was Jewish. One of my ex-boyfriends was actually Ukrainian Jewish, and his parents did leave the Ukraine because it was during the communist party thing. And they both were doctors in the Ukraine, came here and couldn't be a doctor and wound up being real estate agents. It was weird. Let's see. My Irish family tell me was more acceptable to say they were Native Americans. Found that out. Yep, Ireland was hated at one time too. That's the thing. This right now it's brown. It's been Irish. It's been dark brown people. Um, it's even been south of Mexico people. It's like now it's just, and right now it's only South America or Mexico and South America. At this point, I would love Orange Balloon to disappear into the ether because at least Vance's wife is East Indian. And looks like she's not going anywhere. So, thank you, Fuzz, for putting Carrie Ann's on. That was a little bummer. Even though I was at dinner, I was like, oh, we can watch Carrie Ann. And Papa Cat was like, nope, not today. And I was like, huh. I actually was looking forward to it because I had turned my Scientology back on. So, the Scientology protest space is going to get more serene, I think. You think? Because Elvis is leaving the building. And I can actually say that I started him and I because there's the video. I don't have it because I was not videoing, but he does. sometime in March when things were weird here and he came up here. I didn't want him to, and so I got out of the car and just started screaming at him. He thought it was batshit crazy. So technically, I started that. I did come the next day and apologize. We wound up talking for probably about 2 hours, and I wasn't on the camera, I was on his speakers. So I saw him the day after. He was making hot dogs on the grill in front of Scientology, and then I show up. And the one thing that I'm going to sit Papa Cat on is showing because he gave me his rainbow bow stool and he actually got on one knee and went like this. So it's like, got that. Then we were done, walked to the car, walked back to like ask him something. And he said, yeah, she's really bougie, isn't she? I was like, see, that's the fun part about being in front of the camera because I am very, uh, you know, let's see. Okay. Ah, who forgot to hit the like button? Uh, hi, Dove. Am I going to be available Saturday night? Oh, yeah, the email. As far as I know, um, with the doctor telling me not to watch a lot of you guys and them guys, I take her as her word because, as usual, I think I'm a pet project. Um, as long as I don't saturate my body with this stuff, I'll be able to do Saturday. So I'm a 60-40 on yes. Sorry. And we will send your box tomorrow. I keep forgetting to do it. I know if Papa Cat hears me, he'll do it tomorrow because I've given him permission now to pack the box. Oh my God. Ah, I'm getting I'm getting phone calls from the zoo because my membership's up in 2 days. I have to re-up. So, because I support my Oakland Zoo and the Oakland Museum. Uh, yeah, it's not called modern art, but it is a concrete building that was made well. So I have one of my favorite buildings here. Yes, I was a concrete building nut. So, and most of them are now gone because, of course, they didn't use the right materials or use substandard. So the rebar breaks or it's not in the same place, it's not going through the whole column. And they're finding out concrete has been made with sand and sawdust because basically the buildings are disintegrating. Mm. Hi, good vibes. I'm reading everybody's like hi, so I can say it too. Elvis is leaving the building. You apologized. You didn't know, and you had good reason to be angry. Yes, no, I did. And one of the comparisons is that it's sort of like watching the orange balloon and our future president fight. Who's who? Farrah Show will be auctioning off hats she's made and hopefully a body thing. I'm gonna be broke. I mean, oh, and I haven't told her. I don't know what she was burning. It's like Cheryl is going to always smell like this now. And I mean, we put them in the car Saturday, and by the time we got out, I could smell the car. Thank God it's not patchouli. I hate patchouli. I honestly thought patchouli was hippie farts when I was a kid because my father was the pet project of trust fund hippies. So he always lived in a room in some huge house, and I thought everybody had a Persian carpet, and I used to roller skate on their floors, and yeah, but so he was around hippies until I was like 14, and yeah, I thought patchouli was hippie bo. Oh, so Papa Cat. Oh, radiate. No, seriously, he's sorry because if they're just a little. The mods are a little trigger finger right now. And besides, that one's my husband. Which Natalie mentioned. Oh my God, it's so cute hearing her say Papa Cat. So yes, this is me, and this is Papa Cat. This uh was it my surprise gift. So it was very cool. I'm blushing. Oh my God. Um, and yes, I know they're standing in front of my CBF. Well, we'll never figure out why it was there. But you've got to see the coolest thing on the planet. Look at this. And it stands. It's a freaking dumpster fire. And it even has, this woman is awesome. So I have my dumpster fire. I was trying to figure out where to put them because I was also slightly running behind because, as you guys can tell with my empty streams, I was trying to figure out how to do this. I can't believe those aren't closed all the way. Oh well. Um, I keep looking down and seeing Soda and the pink microphone. He's not looking forward to making a microphone for here. We think this one's only mono. I mentioned about getting a stereo one. Maybe I'll call that my birthday present. I don't know. Because also the doctor mentioned it and I agree with her. We have to stop uh shopping from places that are owned by oligarchs. So that means, and it's fine in an urban area. I could probably find everything in an urban area, but how did the people deal with it outside that? So I've got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven areas I can find things in that have a big, like, population of stores and things. So I'll be able to find, excuse me, anything I need on Amazon. Sorry. I'll be able to find that here. But, you know, I can't get rid of my Audible because if you get rid of your, it's total blackmail. You get rid of your Audible, they'll delete your books. And I've got, see, I've been doing Audible since probably 2012. So I've got like 100 Audibles on there. And Prime, because Prime is the same way, except they get to change it because now you're just leasing the movie if you own it. So it's like pick our battles. No Whole Foods. We've got at least three of them within the 50-mile weight radius. Four, probably four. Uh, Trying to do no Amazon. Trying to just get my buying habits curtailed because, uh, we're the joke is what cash poor and asset rich. But then we're going to be asset rich because if he drives us into the ground, it's going to take 10 years for anything to come back up. So, we, so yeah, no more buying things all the time. Fixing my subscriptions, getting off of Evernote. That is, I've got one day to do it. I am not amused. They went from like, because I've been in Evernote since, oh, grab. I've been on Evernote ever since 96, 95 or 96. So I've seen it go from $12 to $30 to $129. They pretty much didn't sit in the middle at all. So, crap, I might just have to pay for this year. Because, yeah, there is a F ton of stuff in my Evernote because that's like my default. Yeah. I want a dumpster fire. Yes, KA, I know that is the kick ass dumpster fire. But I want a Rodney, so there. I get distracted for 1 minute and Papa Cat is welding the wrench like a madman. I'm working. Remember, this is a at job work today. So he's only home on Tuesdays and Fridays. And everybody's trying to change that because they want to, I guess, justify the office space they're leasing till 2030. That's what I think. Um, Me too. That dumpster fire cracks me up. Yeah, I know. I won them in raffles. That's why I'm like, Cheryl's gonna be back out again. I'm deathly afraid to visit fundraisers on here. CBS, self care is very important Whatever you decide is good. I just appreciate your support. No pressure. No, I know. Um, Luckily enough, she said that to me after I took the day off yesterday, or took most of the day off yesterday, because her telling me that today, I probably would have gone overboard. But there are so many things to do here because this is a complete farce. The house does not look like this. So we have the tech unpacking problem. Also, we had COVID and I had long COVID and we lost a cat and then the election year. So all of our like excuses are gone and we have to empty. Besides the fact that I want to get the bottom floor ready because I want people to come and visit. And also the joke, I don't know if it's a joke, but the joke for me is we're going to be having people here because they're going to be taking refuge in California. In a nutshell, self-sufficient life, live off the land, keep a few chickens and a goat. I could never kill a goat, especially considering my mom has a story of her grandfather when she went to go visit the ranch and she made friends with the goat and they were eating dinner and mom said something about the goat and he said, "Yeah, it's right in front of you." He meant it. So it's like, I like goat too, but I could never slaughter one. Bought your maple syrup? There's Irish maple syrup? What is Evernote? You don't need to know, Cricket. No, 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 no. Especially how stupidly expensive it is now. It's a note-taking app. And it used to be based here. And then they got bought by somebody and then they got bought by somebody maybe 4 years ago and they realized that all these people have so much in Evernote and that's the thing. They probably had to sell because, supply and demand thing, or space, because a lot of people have hundreds and thousands. Because yes, I do read Reddit because I've been on Reddit longer than this has ever existed. Um, I mean, the infighting. Um, the Evernote community, somebody said they had 15,000 notes or even notebooks to download. And it's like, I think I'll pay for it for one more year and figure out where I can just literally transfer a to another note. They're talking about what to replace it with, and nobody can find something right now that doesn't work on PC correctly. So it's one of those things. Oh, let me see. My survival plan is to find Cher. You will keep me alive. Yes, because she saves the world. I know, I can't even hide here. My best friend's or my cousin's best friend had a ranch and she sold it. When developers offer you a lot of money, I don't blame her. I saw your shopping. I want maple chicken. You make maple chicken, dear? Antics? Let's see. Good vibes. Were you here already? I don't know. I find Curtis documentaries comforting. It's a catalog of social engineering projects that just fell apart. Yes, I do love those too. Um, And that's also why I'm reading 20, or I'm going to be reading 25 out loud on Old Tifa because the BFF keeps a better eye on like the real crowds outside. And she said a lot of people still don't know about it. And our side definitely doesn't know a lot about it. So I figure I'll start reading it and um, we'll get some questions on what the crap is in there. And I used to read out loud because I was always, doing the mentoring in school. So I've read a lot of kids' books and I read regular books. And a friend of mine was blind, so I read books to them. And it's like, so it's going to be alive, not very cohabitational. And yeah, everybody's gonna have to put up with me learning how to read aloud again. Oh. So let's see. I find Adam. Yes, Adam Curtis. Goat for milk, cheese, chicken for egg. Ah, okay. Well, I don't have a backyard. I don't have a side yard. I have a porch. The biggest thing I'm missing. Luckily enough, I lived with Papa Cat in the condo in South City, which didn't have even a balcony. So I sold my house that I grew up in that had a 50 by 25 backyard. Uh, Papa Cat. I thought every note was a Foo Fighters song. Oh my God. And Earthships, does everybody know about this? And Earthships for what? Yeah, that's Cricket said Earthships. Um, my cousins have goats. That seems to be the only problem in like urban areas is people don't like because some people are like serious into their chickens. So they have a rooster. And especially in Oakland, I grew up with at least one rooster crowing somewhere because somebody's grandparents had chickens or a chicken or a chicken, was it a hen and a rooster? So a lot of people who have gentrified areas in Oakland don't like hearing roosters. And it's like, then move because they're not illegal. You see, donkey, horses, goats, chickens, sheep, etc. In a backyard? Oh, like to roast a little goat, but I've never had it. Portuguese. Ah, yeah, I know. That's the thing is I grew up with oh God, it was my mom's boss, and back then, little places, everybody, we all did a lot of things together, and they were Portuguese and Irish. So they would have a reunion picnic every year, and it just got hilarious the more everybody got drunk. So, by the end of the night, it was the Portuguese yelling at the MICs, and it would go that way. So it's like it's an Oakland thing too. Talk about integration. I bought a chicken when I wash out, buying maple syrup to send to Irish. Oh, his. Okay. I bought your maple syrup. Sometimes it's as thick as the vault my father worked in, or my dad worked in. It's a lot. Look up the visuals are still stunning. In New Mexico? Yeah, I know. I want to go one of these days and see if I can get them to at least talk to me because that's where the tribe is New Mexico. So, uh, Antics Ware State radi Radiate sounds like a Gaia principle. See? Peace. I don't know anything about that, but I know the phrase. Oh. Gaia principle. I need to look that up. Sounds like it's resonating there. Probably, who knows? I mean, we've never got into the depth of how many different things we're into or not into or have been into. It's like my time as a not a witch. The other one. The one's not evil. Um, I had my altar and I kept my altar when I moved to or kept the area in a cabinet because I had it on a table when I went to Papa Cat. And now that I'm back over here, I'm going to rebuild it again because nothing beats a magic 8 Jesus. Big pink Jesus about this tall. And you ask a question, turn them over, and you never get an answer. It's always on the corner. And I have the Buddy Christ. Uh, I have the brown, I want to say, Dalai Lama beads. Uh, I carry a rosary with me because I'm an ex-Catholic, as you never know. Um, which was the reason I told them they were going to go to hell on Saturday from the protest when they walked by. I caught myself even saying it. I'm like, ex-Catholic. You never get it out of you. Because I'm like, I don't even believe in hell. Why am I telling them to go to hell? Excuse me. Let me see. I read books for the elder. My mother-in-law did that. Apparently you have to read them out loud or it doesn't count. My mother-in-law actually read books that are to be sent to old people or the charity or something like that. So she had mentioned it to me once, and it was like, I would have loved to have done that. I don't know why I didn't. Ah, the Gaia principle is that the earth is a living being. That's probably why I remember that phrase, because something like that, I'm like, yep, you got it. Um, Let me see, where am I? A cognitive system. I was up in the New Age stuff in the 80s, so I know some of the stuff. Yeah, New Age. Oh my God. 80s to 90s. You know, Kurt Cobain killed himself, so we all got to get New Agey. Yes, I did have a tarot card deck, and I think I still have it. Maybe it's on my, it goes on my altar. I have to find the box. I look is for forever. Yep. Oh, Earthship Community. Ah, okay. Yeah. I know. What is Taos? Poor Taos. Taos and Sedona. It's like, I wonder if there are any like normal people that live there, or did they all move and it started becoming popular? A cognitive system. Yes. No Catholic is forever. When Notre Dame burned down, I went to the they call it the glass vagina. I'll take a picture one of these days and show you the New Oakland Archdiocese with the big church, and went there, and I was like sitting at church going, "Hell am I doing here?" It was so funny. Yeah, you can't get rid of it. Hell might be a welcome relief to them compared to living this life trillions of times. No, I was talking about the anti-abortion activists. They broke up and started moving around in spots. And if you watch the beginning of Saturday's feed, it has me, and I kept saying the real me, which is, yeah, you guys think this is like hyper? The real me is like monstrously hyper. But it has me screaming out the window, that about you have to have an abortion. It was a stand for life uh, protest. So by the time we got to the wharf to get to um, Scientology, it was easily an hour in, but they were walking in front of me, and I was like, ooh, get to relive my childhood. Because, yeah, 12 to 24, I would say, was probably hardcore protesting. Um, because there was AIDS to protest too. There was a lot of, that's why I'm also like, I'm just the only one in San Francisco. You know what? I make a difference. Everybody, the one person note out in the middle of nowhere, you make a difference because you're going to keep adding up with people, and there'll be more and more and more people. Um, that is what I believe. It's always what I believed. I've done candlelight marches, and if I would have known about this one, I would have been on the other side protesting against them. So I just didn't know. Go figure. Uh, Okay, Cece, yes, love that description of Gaia principle. Earth ships are living off grid and using water for the amazing greenhouses in the desert. Yes. And I don't know where the big spigot is. Supposedly, the orange balloon said, we have a big spigot somewhere. I've never heard of it. And I don't think Canada would freely give up water. It's a really heavy duty resource. So we can't just go up to, I'd assume, Oregon, find the spigot and turn it on. Sorry, I I slammed it down on the microphone because it's just like, seriously? That is just cuckoo. And I don't know where my time signature went. I'll have to look it up here. Um, I'm just keeping an eye because I try to keep it. Oh, I'm over an hour already? Wow. Oh, hour and 24. I just went over. I found it. Ah. And I have 14 today. 16. Yay. 30 on Saturday. I was totally entertaining the crowd. I bet. Yeah, Sedona is really beautiful, but it's just got to be the people who were normals that lived there before it got really heavy. Well, it was starting to get really heavy duty. Must have just been like, why? Oh, no Catholic is forever. Shirley Bassey. David Thoreau was obsessed as a teen. Ah, okay. My parents not new age. My parents weren't either, but you sort of it's the Bay Area, and I would occasionally tell my mom something like, that's new agey, right? It's like, maybe you should go back to your Jesus candles, Mom. Oh, we used to swim at Walden Pond sometimes. Thank you, Cricket. Can you show off anything more? Come on, I'm gonna get you. That's the mean rabbit. Ah, you watch a video of it in the background. Okay. Mount Shasta? Oh my God. See, I've never been to Mount Shasta, driven by it, but I have pictures from my parents when Mount Shasta was the place to hang out in the summertime in a houseboat. It's like I have pictures of my mom in a bikini and my dad in like swim trunks, doing the houseboat thing with their friends in the 70s. So I've never thought of Shasta as like spiritual. I always thought of it as hedonistic. Oh, okay. I bet, Cricket. It's crowded and no longer feels natural. My brain was sure is slow as why do you think it's called brain fog, dear? I've only just now realized CC. Okay, I realized it just a couple of seconds ago too. Like I had read and then I saw I think radiates, and the second time I saw CC, 'cause the first time I'm like, okay, well, whatever. You do you and CC and stuff like that, and then yeah, me too. I think that's what me and Kay are getting to be famous for. Like things we just don't get them, they just bounce off. So Saturday's live is worth a replay just to hear where to go. I lost it. Just to hear BF yelling out the car window. My voice, I sound like a teenager. Ah. Oh yeah, also somebody walked across the street with their husky puppy and I rolled down the window, go, and he turns it towards me and shows us. I'm like, San Francisco. Oh, San Francisco. I love your puppy. As he's crossing the street and shows us. Ah, replay of sad. I didn't hear that part. It's the beginning. I'd say it's probably the first hour because I started in the car because once I found out what the protest was, I'm like, we're not getting anywhere. Figured do my hour in the car. So we started in the car, then we started moving. So then we went to that building. Um, but yeah, it was that's gonna be my next like default if we get stuck in traffic because I can point it out. Not a big fan of the camera on me. Never have been. I don't have children, so I don't have to worry about it, but the godchild who's taking the house after me is probably going to curse my name because there aren't a ton of pictures of me. There are pictures of me online probably because of old pictures. Everybody would get into photography and then start taking pictures at club. So there are probably tons of pictures of me from that, but not on purpose. So uh, the big spigot, yeah, the big spigot principle. I know. I just see it like on Kimmel or something. I see a big spigot. I'm just like that and the smelt. Even the governor doesn't know what he's really talking about. Yeah, when the smelt thing started happening, I'm like, smelt? I've never heard of a delta smelt. There is one. No, there is really one, but we're not doing the eucalyptus thing on it. Let's see. Mount Diet Shasta is a little better for me. I wish they still had the Shasta can. I don't think it's on the Hayward warehouse anymore. We've lost a few really cool billboards. We had the I want to say Crown Colony or one of those liquor big boards that lit up and had like fireworks coming off in San Francisco. That's gone. The Coca-Cola sign that this antique dealer had a thing with Coca-Cola that he would not tear it down as long as they kept it up. It was kept up. I think he sold the building. So they took it down. That one I miss because you got used to seeing Coca-Cola when you came into the city. Huge big sign with Coca-Cola on it. It was awesome. So what was I talking about? Oh, the Shasta. Yeah. And the Shasta can used to be on the Shasta plant. I actually went through that plant as a kid. And I don't know if it's still there. The rush to make it a landmark is hard for advertising on buildings. So that's how we're getting screwed. Um, oh my God, you just joined? Hi, sitting. Yeah, it's Monday. Ever play the game Three Truths and a Lie? Cricket, that would be a great truth. No one would believe it well except for us. Okay. Everyone's saying hi. And the reason, for the new people, the reason I read the chat is because I'm doing it for sight disadvantaged people. So that's why I read the chat. That's like real question or comments. Please make a short of you shouting out the car window. Well, if I get more active, I'm sure Papa Cat will work on it. Um, let's see. No, you can do, we all know what CC is now, so. And yes, we're all at that age where autocorrect sucks. And sometimes I think it's worse. It's like we all start to translate in our heads now, so it's like you don't have to really go in there. But even I still do the asterisk and then the right word. And I'm like, that's like three things ago. Who's gonna know what the hell I'm talking about? Um, is it Mount Shasta where the Zodiac committed some crimes? No. Uh, Vallejo. San Francisco, Vallejo. Shasta is west, and he was more at the northeast. Um, that was still closer to here. Shasta is about 4 hours away from here up north, at least. So, yeah, no, that guy who I still think was somebody around. Huh? This is for entertainment purposes only. It is just my opinion. There aren't any facts attached to this, just my opinion. Thank you. You've got to remember to do that. Um, I still think that the Zodiac was one guy who died 10 years ago. They could never prove it, but he was the closest one to it. Um, it's weird how huge Mount St. Helens was, but it left no cultural footprint, except for the crazy guy in the cabin. Um, my step family lives in Portland, so my grandmother sent us Mount St. Helens ash in Folgers cans, the sense of humor. And then luckily enough, we got the news report the same day we got the ash because I was going to start putting it into things and giving it to people. That the ash is so fine it can, basically give you ash tuberculosis. And it was like, so it sat in the basement for like 30 years. We finally got rid of it. So it was like, yeah, Mount St. Helens, and supposedly it's like being grumpy again. Um, okay. Yeah, I want to say I almost got a piece of Helenite. Um, I think it was too expensive. I think it was at one of the like shopping places, and he wanted like this outrageous amount for it. And I'm thinking, you'll probably find it on Mount St. Helens. And I was just thinking, probably just coming into California thing. So reticulated. Oh, what was reticulated? Ah, that ash is fine. Oh my God, Anne. And to think I missed the big giant head. Ah, and yes, it's the So I Married an Axe Murderer. Is that the one? When he goes off about the heads? Considering I have a larger head than normal and so does my brother, we ran that into the ground with each other, picking on each other's heads. Even my dad picked on our heads. So, okay, 1 hour, 11 minutes. We had an interesting day today. I should go read my Scientology books. They're under the pencil, or they're under the pen box. So I can't like easily grab them. So maybe I'll just sit here and read one for a little while. Anyway, guys, I am going. If we're lucky, I'll be starting to read 25 on Old Tifa tonight. Oldtifa on YouTube. Um, because we really need to know what's going on. The BFF in the third corner said that he's like on number 6 now. So it's like I don't know them that well. So yes, go raid Scooter Mom, guys. She rocks. Thank you for joining us today. I love it how my mods are like, thank you and hugs and like. Yeah, I've got more likes than people right now. And sub and join the membership. I think it's like $2. And then whatever you wanted to send me as a super chat or super sticker, send to LA. Thank you for their recovery. Because Lord knows Orange Balloon ain't gonna do it. So I will see you guys tomorrow, okay?